love that song. Let's make love in the summertime. Listen, the whole thing about making love. Okay, maybe maybe I shouldn't go into that. Okay, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna go into the making love situation. I'm not. It's early. It's early. It's early, Kisha. Okay. All right. If you're just now tuning in, you're listening to The Wake Up with me, your girl, Kisha The Entertainer, right here on Spark FM Online. Okay. I have some beautiful, wonderful, talented, amazing, beautiful black women in the studio with me today, and I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more excited. I'm going to go ahead and turn on their mics. You know I'm doing a million and one things at once. Yes, I have some beautiful black women in the studio with me today, and I'm so excited. Okay, so here's the thing. Today the conversation is about the women who are connecting Black Boston. Okay, Black women connecting Black Boston. I feel like there's no better time to have this conversation than during Women's History Month. Okay, because everybody knows a wonderful black woman, and I just brought 4 together. So I mean, I know I shouldn't be tooting my own horn, but you know, I feel pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm just gonna give them brief introductions, and then we're gonna hop right into it. Okay, so we have Javonica, who is, let me get my notes together, proud Bostonian, devoted mother, content creator. She's committed to uplifting families and amplifying voices within Boston's Black and Brown community. Okay, clap it up for Javonica. Okay, we got Christy Felix. She's the founder of The Hustle List, a community-powered small business directory serving New England. Her platform is dedicated to giving overlooked entrepreneurs visibility, tools, and resources to grow and thrive. Clap it up for Christy. And you know, she's gonna talk because she has a billion and one ventures. She's an entrepreneur, so she will talk about that. We have Genevieve. She's the founder of The Other Boston, curating and sharing events across Boston's Black community and helping document the city's cultural landscape. Clap it up for her. And then we got Niche, the People's Connector, amplifying events and experiences happening across Boston in real time. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Okay, so now I'm going to give you ladies a moment to introduce yourself. Tell us anything you want people to know about you and why you started what you started. So who you are, what you do, and why you do it. Who would like to go first?
Okay, gotcha. Everyone's looking at me. So. Yeah, as mentioned, I am Christy. I started The Hustle List. The Hustle List is an app that is a small business directory for entrepreneurs. So as a tech entrepreneur, I just decided to put all of the businesses that are traditionally overlooked because they don't have a physical location, because they're not, you know, they haven't been around for 10 years, and one platform where you could find them, their social media platforms and their booking links. So I started it because I was one of the overlooked entrepreneurs. I braided hair in my dorm in college, and I started a marketplace when I was in college. That didn't work out. I failed for 6 years straight.
Wow.
And then I decided to try again with The Hustle List, launched it September 1st, and it took off. That one's the one that did well, the app and the social media platform. The social media platform is the part that surprised me the most. I thought it was just going to be the app. And I did it because we're overlooked. A lot of smaller entrepreneurs are overlooked. We're ignored. And in order for us to get funding, we need visibility. So let's
Dope.
get it.
I love that. So you saw a need, you saw something that needed to happen, and it was happening to you.
Yeah.
And you were like, listen, I need to fix this issue.
Yeah.
Before you tried like fixing it, did you see anything like what you were doing in the marketplace?
Like Yelp and Google, they have like directories. But if you're looking for like a hair braider or photographer or anyone that focuses mainly on social media, you can't really find them on those directories. You
Yeah.
can't find them. I've been using Instagram and TikTok for years to look for small
Yes.
businesses.
Yeah. TikTok is a beast for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, TikTok is great, but unless you're a great content creator, you're getting ignored.
Right, exactly.
You're
Because
on
nobody want to watch them dark videos you putting up. Like, what are you doing? You don't own a ring light?
Yeah. And it's not fair. Entrepreneurs are supposed to be great at their trade, but now because of like the social aspect of things, they need to be great social creators as well.
Right, exactly.
So it's like that the people are getting put on the barrel, put on the bottom of the gig economy barrel. So let's put them all on one platform. My app is free. You can find them. It's a directory. And then I built a chat agent on top of that. So instead of you looking through the app, you could even say, I'm having a kid's birthday party. I need a photographer. I need a balloon artist. I need this. And it will tell you all the local businesses near you.
That's dope.
So just making it easier to find local so we can support and shop local.
I love that. I love that. Okay. Genevieve, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Genevieve Angelique, founder of The Other Boston. The Other Boston is an online platform that highlights and amplifies Black Boston through events and merch, which I'm wearing today.
Hey, Roxbury and Dorchester
right.
and Mattapan and Hyde Park,
Right.
period.
My story actually starts in 2016 with a blog I had called Lego Stays Paris Nights, and I was kind of tired of hearing everybody say there's nothing to do in Boston.
Yes.
And I'm someone, I actually went to a HBCU. I went to DC. I went to school in DC. I went to Howard.
Hey,
Yes.
shout out Howard.
Yeah, so I feel like my coming of age was in DC, so it's very different. So coming back to Boston was just like night and day, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also always been someone who's very outgoing, willing to explore places on my own, be the first, report back. And so I kind of started putting this list together, and it just kind of grew and ballooned.
Wow.
So from a blog, eventually it's had different names. Some of you might remember Boston Come Through. Also had a podcast as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually the current name, The Other Boston, which is an online events. I was doing weekly, which I look back now and I'm like, that was crazy.
Yeah, because how?
That was like a part-time job. People don't realize that, but it takes a lot of time. And then, I've actually been away for the last couple of years, so coming back has been, it's been very new for me, kind of experience, because I've been gone about 4 or 5 years. I went down to Texas, I was in Florida, I was even in Curacao.
Yeah.
And
wow.
so coming back to Boston has been, it's interesting. But I also have all this experience, having these social experiences in other places and lived in other places. So coming back to Boston and kind of doing like that compare and contrast has been really dope. But yeah, I'm still doing it because there's still a need for it. And I think there's more of a need. I think at the time when I was doing it, there wasn't anybody doing it. So I kind of see myself now like as a pioneer. Like it's so funny to see people doing things on social media that like years ago you kind of got clowned for it, right? It was kind of corny to do.
Right.
And now it's just so normalized. But I do it for the love, I'm an entrepreneur too, so I kind of struggle with like where to go with it and how far I want to take it and kind of figuring out like what my lane is. So. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, and I felt like it was so important to have Genevieve Angelique here because I remember back in the it feels like back in the day now when the mix wasn't even the restaurant. The mix wasn't here. Hugh wasn't here. Fett wasn't here. Estella's wasn't here. None of those restaurants existed. None of them, right? So it was even harder. At least now you could just pop up at Fett and see what the vibes are, or even social media wasn't even as intense as it is now. And so you were then curating lists at that point to help people, you know what I'm saying? To help people who, would say like, there's nothing to do here, And so I feel like the landscape has definitely changed over the last like several years, but I'm glad that you're back.
Yeah.
All right. Niche.
Hello, everyone. First of all, shout out to the Other Boston because I literally have merch.
She does.
I have the same hoodie. I have a T-shirt. So she actually was part of the muse as to why I'm here. It's funny because I don't consider myself.
Hold on one second, because I want to make sure your sound is good, because it sounds off a little bit. Hold up your mic. Yeah, put it closer.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't consider myself to be an entrepreneur, more so a consumer. I'm a consumer of the culture. I'm a consumer of Boston. I'm a consumer of Black Boston. And with that, growing up, I've always been an outside person. I too am a socialite. I'm very open, and just being in the culture and in Boston, I'm like, there's so much going on out here. People need to know about it, right? So I have friends who are extroverts. I have friends who are introverts. They'll hit me up and be like, hey, what's happening this weekend? Or, oh my gosh, you went to this conference. I wanted to know more about it. Or, you should post more. You should be in front of the camera. I'm like, me? No. I'm a consumer. I'm behind the scenes. I just want to know what's going on. And then I realized there's so much that people don't know about Boston.
Yep.
Whether you're familiar with it, being part of it from the beginning, whether you're a transplant and just came from here, just came to here from being outside. And it really made me realize that I have a gift that I can give to people.
Word.
So it actually, where the conversation happened for me was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, oh, there's no run clubs for Black people in Boston. I'm like, what are you talking about? I
Yep.
mean, 3 or 4 of them just off rip.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you're the people's connector for real. And I was like, yeah, I know a little thing or two. And he's like, no, you should really consider that as a brand. And I was just like, you might have something here.
Yeah.
Because at the time, there wasn't a lot of websites or lists or one universal hub where people can just find things.
Yeah.
So I was outside one time, and it was August of last year, and there was so much going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just post and see what happens. I did that, my post took off, and I was like, wow, I have something here.
Yeah.
People want to just find something without having to go to this page, go to that page, go to this website, go to that website. Let me try to make it very easy for people in one hub on
Yeah.
Instagram, because
Yeah.
I'm old school.
Yeah.
I'm not used to TikTok yet,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it just completely took off. I'm a Boston native. I've seen how it was prior to social media. I've seen how it is after social media, and I'm just trying to make it easy for everyone, essentially.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like that's what I love too, is that like I was inside for a while, like I was married and then just not wanting to be outside, but now I'm trying to be outside, but then you try to be outside and you don't know where to go. And so, I would eventually on my own, I was like, oh, I'll start following these DJ pages, because I'm like, okay, I like Real P, I like Mezwave, I like Viper, so I'll start following them. But then I'm relying on them posting their events, and that's hard, so then friends would be like, oh, Keish, like, what's going on? And then I'm just sending them all these DJ pages, but then they got to do their own research and all this stuff, so then when I came across your page, I was like, okay, yeah, it's all right here. Look, I can just swipe. And then what you're doing in terms of like slide into my DM if you want to be featured, I think that's amazing too, because I don't know what your structure is in terms of people paying, not paying, but I feel like everyone could use more promotion, right. So it's like just the fact that you're like, yo, just slide in my DM. People are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just put my flyer, and I feel like it really does help people to feel the connection. And, I think what's amazing is that I've been able to point people to y'all pages now, right? So it's like, I'll just be like, okay, because I'll be online and people are like, oh, I'm gonna, especially on Threads. Like, I feel like it's clickbait at this point. Yeah. Annoying, but people will be like, oh, I'm going to Boston. Any Black people there? Right. So then I just be atting them. I just be atting y'all pages, because I'm like, it's here. And so I appreciate the work that you're doing. Okay, Javonica.
Good morning. I'm Javonica, Black mom in Boston. Just the briefest version of my story. I started my page in 2022 after I took my daughter. My page is more parent focused, youth focused, but I started my page when I took my daughter to an art space in the South End, and I noticed that she was the only child of color in that space. And
wow.
All of the places I would take her to, because I just tried to keep her very active, and she was in school part-time, so I had to find some stuff to keep her busy. But all of the things that I was doing with her, I was finding that she was the only child of color. And I just felt in that moment like, I have to get the word out. I have to inform other parents about what's taking place in Boston, because there are a lot of things happening for the youth in Boston. So I started Black Mom in Boston, and it was very important for me to create a name that stood out, that resonated, that I knew that would attract other Black moms to say, okay, clearly she's Black.
Yeah.
Clearly she's in Boston.
Yep. That's it.
And
Easy peasy.
Yes, and initially I started out with just showcasing the things that I was doing with my daughter, like, you can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
But then I became more intentional about actually providing the information, the resources. Like, you don't have to go look for it. It's right here in front of you. If you want to do something with your child or your children, it's here.
Yeah.
You can access it, and that was my goal, to make things and activities, events more accessible to our community, whether it's in Boston or outside of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that I really saw it take off, like the rest of us. And now, everybody gets a monthly, like, hey, here are things to do with your kids. And my goal for me right now is, like, if I can impact one family, I've reached the goal. I love when my followers repost and share that they're doing stuff with their kids. It makes me feel good. But that's, the shortest version of Black Mom in Boston. But I try to be the resource.
I love it. I love it. And I'm not trying to get emotional here. My daughter's over there. But I don't know why I'm doing this. Is it because I'm a woman? Take your time, honey. You can do this. Yeah, it's okay, sweetie. This is going to be good for the views, though, Crystal. This is going to be good for the views. Okay, so my first child, I have 3 children. My first child is, he'll be 18. He's a senior. He'll be graduating. So I'm so excited. But that just meant I had kids at 20 something. I was like in my 20s or whatever. And I felt like a lot of the time it was like really survival mode, because it's like, okay, I'm just trying to figure it out, So one of the things was having something to do with my children, because it's like with my kid or with my kids, it's like, what do I do? And so I remember back in the day, there was a list. I don't know if you're familiar with their Mommy Poppins. Yeah. So I would look on that list. But again, I felt like it was a good list, but I also just felt like, okay, I'm Black.
Representation is very
I'm Black.
Yes.
So how do I feel going into Westboro or wherever they're posting these events? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I feel like it's for me, And so I feel like this list is so helpful to so many people, because it just creates the inroad to be like, listen, these are all, like, if you have nothing to do, because I'm not the type that just wants to get up and go out with the kids. It'd be stressful. Going out with these kids, okay? But to know that there's so many things to do, it's highlighted, you can choose. It just feels like it takes the pressure off of trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, a lot of the times it's not that we as parents don't want to do stuff with our kids. It's just like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so having this, even for me, sometimes I go back to my post like, oh yeah, I forgot this happened. Let me go check it out. And I don't post anything that I wouldn't do with my own child. So it's very important to me.
That's a great question. I mean, that's a great statement. That's a great segue. So how do you all determine like what you're actually going to post and what you're actually going to highlight? Because you all have a platform, you all have a mission, you have a vision, you have what you want to see happen. Is there ever something that you say, nah, I'm not putting that on the list? Or like, do you kind of leave it open? Or how do you make that determination about what you're going to post and what you're going to highlight?
For me, when I got started, I was doing, if you said, oh my God, I would love a video, I would go to you. I was taking trains, taking buses, taking Ubers to go do videos for people. Or my app is open to everybody. So every business owner could be on there, unless you're doing something illegal or it has to do with adult entertainment. I take that down. There was a couple adult entertainment things I had to take down. But I was so open to working with everybody, to highlighting everybody, because I believe everybody needs a chance. Now it feels a little bit more, my platform has grown a lot more. So now it feels a little bit more like competitive. It feels like I have to be more strategic, but also I was telling Tanisha about this too on my ride. I'm so open to working with everybody. I'm so open to highlighting people, and I'm taking away time from myself and from my family in order to do this. And there have been instances where I'm getting like very, I don't know, like these messages are kind of like, dang, like all of this stuff I'm doing for free. I'm not getting paid by anyone to do a video. I'm not asking them for free stuff. I'm taking money out of my own pocket to pay for things for when I go to these businesses. I don't ask for discounts. Yeah. And some of the messages I get are like, well, you could have done this and you could, I'm like,
terrible, bad,
I'm trying.
Awful.
I'm really trying.
Yeah.
And it does feel like, so now I feel like I have to kind of take a step back where now I have to be like, oh, am I representing, beauty businesses as well as I'm representing entertainment as well. I'm representing other things. So now I feel like I'm being more strategic about that, just because it's just like, dang, I'm not going to please everybody. I have to be okay with that now.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do y'all think?
1000%. I mean, I had a DM similar to Christy where I agreed to post something and I just forgot.
Yeah.
We're getting DMs all the time. I'm pretty sure all of us do. And the person reached back out to me. Did you forget about us? I'm like, oh, I sure did. My apologies. I have another drop happening soon. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, it would have been nice to have it now because our event is next week. And I'm like, I'm not asking for anything. I do everything for free as well.
Yeah.
So it threw me off, but my response was, I am a one-woman show with a growing platform.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best, so I'm asking for compassion. I'm asking for grace. Right. Mm-hmm. And I will get this out. And then he changed his attitude, but I was very surprised at how he came at me.
Yeah.
It's different if it was a paid ad, okay.
Yeah.
Let me fix it, but it's not. You know what I mean? So we're trying our best to highlight as many people as possible, but we can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, I try to have a variety of different things because there's somebody who may like paint night. There's somebody who may want to go to a museum. There's somebody who may want a day party. There's somebody who want to find something going on at night. And I try to have a little something for everyone on my post. I feel like nightlife is well represented in the city for Black folks.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of, let's say, 10 to 2 a.m. flyers on my page. I sprinkle them in there, but I feel like we always tell people to follow the DJs. We tell people to follow the promoters. So that's already highlighted.
Yeah.
So how can we put focus on other events that may not have that same visibility?
Yeah.
So that's why I try to put a variety of different things in my event listings.
So is there anything that you say I'm not going to post?
I haven't come across that where I felt like, and maybe I did and just didn't post it and just not thought about it, right? Like, oh, I'm scrolling by. But as a consumer, right, I'm posting things that I would probably go to if I had the opportunity, the time, the money. Like, oh, this club night looks kind of good. Who did that flyer? Oh, that looks lit. I'm going to go there. I'm put that on my event listing.
Right.
But if it's something that I don't feel like I would go to, I probably wouldn't put it on there.
Okay. So,
I
and
haven't
then
denied anybody, let's say.
All right. And then other than people sliding in your DMs, are you like scouring the internet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would say probably about 70% of the posts I find that people will reach out to me in addition to. So some people don't even know that they're going to be featured until I just tag them.
Yeah.
And they get very excited, and I've received positive feedback. And their event does well because of it. People say, hey, so-and-so came to my event because they saw your event listing.
Wow.
That makes so much. So it makes the work so much worth it.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy. I hear it, but I think it's so crazy that it's like y'all are doing this essentially for free. Free.
Favorite collaborations, but
yeah, like want to be paid.
it's an exchange.
Yes, want to be paid. Like, show me the money. 100% show me the money. But also, it's like people are doing it for free just for the culture, essentially. And people's behaviors are poor. Fix it. Fix your behavior. Because why are you doing that? Oh, you didn't post my flyer. Sir.
Correct.
And ma'am, I'm actually trying my best here. And I think that's the whole thing. I think we're all entrepreneurs. Like even this, like I'm trying my best. Like I'm sending y'all emails. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm fixing the cameras. I'm doing 1,000,001 thing. My daughter's over there. Like Crystal's here. Like mad stuff. But it takes so much work to put anything out. And so I think people on a whole just really need to be way more graceful. Like have way more grace when dealing with women, people, entrepreneurs, because people are honestly doing the best that they can and most likely doing it for free.
And I'd also say, like, be supportive as well. Like you said, there's a lot of work that goes into creating, editing, all of the things.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I got my insights and I'm like, okay, this many people saw the post. but this many people interacted with the post, and that, I mean, your interaction helps us
Grow.
grow.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're scrolling, even if I don't like something, I like it just to interact.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to that's your way of showing support. That's our way of feeling seen.
Yeah.
And feeling like our voices are being carried and heard. So please, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Likes,
I agree.
Some comments.
Yeah. To Nisha's point, I don't really post nightlife. My thing was always, you need to have a link. Like, I have to have somewhere to send people to.
Yeah.
I've even at one point put a disclaimer on the list that I'm not endorsing anything.
Yeah.
Just because I think sometimes people assume like you're affiliated or like you're promoting, and it's like, it's not my event. I just want you to know about it.
Right.
And then to your point, Christy, as well as you, I think to our credit, the platform looks good, so people assume that there's multiple people.
Yeah.
Do it, because I've gotten that too. Like where I
Yeah.
try to do collaborations, and it was all good until they found out it's like the other Boston, and they're like, "Oh, I want to be paid." I'm like, "I'm not getting paid either."
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But I feel like people need better decorum. Like it's still professionalism matters,
right.
and we do this for free, and we do it for the love of it. Because I'm like, honestly, I lose sleep.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like even like last night, like, you know, someone on the panel said that they were out all night. But I had to sleep because I'm like, yo, I have to wake up.
Yeah.
Okay, wake up. Gotta get that. Gotta do my hair. Gotta put on makeup. Shoot, the kid is over there. Like, so much work into everything that we do, you know? And I feel like that's also another reason why I wanted to bring y'all on the show and really highlight you, because I see you. And you're making a difference. Like, your work it's like, I feel like sometimes we do what we feel naturally in our heart to do, and we don't realize that we're making history.
Right. Yes.
And that's what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
You know, like, history is being made right now based off of what you all are doing, because it's unified. It's unified we stand. You know what I'm saying? It's together that we get to the next level, and y'all are bringing people together. And so I really love that.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
Okay. I was at a event that Kisha was a panelist on, and I asked a question, and I didn't mention like what I do or who I am or anything, but she recognized me, and so she made me say it. So like, you're Christy and you're from the Hustle List, and then she allowed me to continue to speak, but then she was just like, everybody get out their phones right now and follow her page. So I don't even like this. You bring us on here. Thank you, but it's also like you're actively doing the work to push people to our pages, and you saying that you see me, like I could feel it. And I think that was one of the things I wanted to do for other business owners too, is like tell them, I see you, I see the hustle, I see it. And so thank you for seeing us too.
Thank you guys.
I want to second that, because the first time you DM'd me, you sent me a video. I don't know if you remember. You had your shirt that said blackity black, and you're like, I just came across your page. I love it. I used to also sell merch, and this is great. That was your DM, was a video of your face. You didn't have to do that, you know? So it put, sorry, I don't want to get all emotional.
Yeah. Is this what happens with women?
It really made me believe in what I'm doing is making an impact. My intention is there. We were talking about this in the car with Chrissy. There's impact and there's intention. And I felt like you understood both. And I said, this is a person who really sees the culture in Boston. You taking the time just to send a video. I have no idea who this is. And it really made a difference. So I agree. Thank you for doing what you do as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I love Black people. I really do. You know, and Black women are amazing. Like, we are the pioneers. We're at the cutting edge. We do this, you know, and honestly, we do it so effortlessly. And a lot of times, even though it appears to be effortless, I know that it's not, because I'm a Black woman. And so I know that there is a sacrifice associated with everything that we do. So even though we do it and we look so beautiful, we got our hats on, we got our makeup done, we're gracefully walking, it's like, it is still a sacrifice, you know? And so when I see realness, I'm attracted to realness, you know, like what they say, real recognize real. That's how I feel. So, you know, thank you. Thank you guys. Okay. So what would Boston look like if Black women stopped doing the work of connecting the community? What do you think?
A mess.
And not to say that there's nobody else doing it, but Black women have been the pioneers of things for so long.
Centuries.
Even, yes, centuries. Black women, especially frontline starters. The big protest started with Black women saying, "I'm sick of it. It's enough." So, I don't think there's gonna be much going on. But not to say that other people don't have, impact. I'm just saying, Black women, we have a lot, and we don't get the credit for it.
Yeah,
sure.
And we always get ignored, and we always become invisible. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, not knowing it's a Black woman that built it on her whole back. To make it possible. But we say, oh no, Boston put out this thing. A Black woman from Boston put out this thing.
Yes.
But we always kind of erase that identity when it comes to the impact, and that needs to be brought back to the forefront.
Do you have a Black woman in mind that you want to shout out for being a pioneer?
So many Black women. Of course, I'm inspired by the greats, but like if we're focusing on Boston Central, I love Sheena Collier from Boston Wild
Shout
Black.
out Sheena, Boston Wild Black.
Yes. When I was in high school, I was a moderator for a panel, not high school, college. I was a moderator for a panel that she was on. And I mentioned my idea for my first startup. I mentioned I had a startup that failed, similar to the Hustlers. It was for college students though. And I said this idea. She remembered me since that panel in like 2017. So when I came out with the Hustle List, she was like, I remember you. I remember the first idea you had.
Wow.
And she was supportive. And I think also you guys all in the room for sure.
Shout out.
All of you guys. But yeah, those, there's so many and I feel bad not.
No, it's okay. I just asked for one. For one. Any of y'all got any women?
My mom.
Hey, mommy.
Mommy. I know she's listening today, but.
Shout out, mom. Oh yeah, you need to shout out someone else too.
I need to also shout out my baby because she told me, "Mommy, you better say my name."
Okay, say my name. Say my name. What's her name?
What's her name?
Eva.
Shout out to
Eva. Hi, Eva girl.
Cooking class this morning.
Oh.
But my mom actually, she co-chairs a United Neighborhood Association.
Okay.
In Four Corners, and she's a huge advocate for her community. And that's something I could have never envisioned her doing because she's very much like me, shy, reserved, likes to be behind the scenes, but she has a huge voice in Four Corners.
What's her name?
Teresa.
Mama Teresa.
I call her the mayor of Four Corners.
Hey.
She's doing great things in the community as well, and she inspires me every day. And she always encourages me and tells me, "You're doing great work, Veronica. Keep going." So that's my mom. And she's
Mama Teresa, we love you. Okay.
For me, if I'm thinking more community-based, I would say Farah from Lightwork Events.
Yes.
Okay, Farah. Shout out Farah, Lightwork
Farah.
Events.
Love her down. But honestly, I think she's changed the game. I
Really?
don't want to say single-handedly, but she's changed the game for networking in Boston.
Tell us about it.
Based off of my experience.
Tell me about it, Niche. Niche is a preacher. I didn't know. She would preach.
I be listening to church too.
Preach.
Shout out to Willie Bodger. But no, she has changed the game for networking. When I first stepped foot outside of my room, my little corner, and really started stepping into Boston outside of just partying, she really made me understand the power of getting to know people, because it's not just what you know, it's who you know, and really forming connections so that you can further extend yourself and build opportunities. A lot of my friends, a lot of my adult friends have been from the Black Boston scene.
Wow.
And my introduction to Black Boston was through Farrah and Lightwork Events.
That's dope.
Just started off. I mean, back in the day, you went to Lightwork Events and networking. You had, the stickers with your name and what you did, and you literally went up to people and said, "Hi, my name is Tanisha. I'm a program manager. I work at ADNC. I do all of these things." And then the natural communications and the natural friendships came afterwards. But you were there to try to get a job or to build and connect with people. But then something beautiful came out of it where you literally have friendships. I mean, roommates, people who are now married all through the Black Boston
Wow.
scene. And I have to thank Farrah for that.
Shout out Farrah.
I want to shout out Diane Vivian of
Hey, Diane Vivian Productions.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
She and I go way back. And we actually just reconnected naturally.
Yes.
Honestly, didn't think I was going to come back to Boston. I'll be real with y'all.
Yeah.
And I didn't have plans to.
Yeah.
So
I want to talk about that next, but go ahead.
But I want to shout her out. I want to be honest though. So shout out to Diane Vivian. I want to say that, in doing the work that I did for a number of years, I honestly, when I left Boston, I felt a little jaded.
Yeah.
I felt, I hear it now, like people tell me now, like, oh, your impact, like I used to follow, da 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 da. But at the time, I think people don't realize like how much work goes into it and how much you sacrifice.
Yeah.
And how much, it takes a lot to step out, to post something and you're not sure how people are going to respond to it, or what the reception is going to be like. And to your point too about like even just interact, a comment, a share, a like goes a long way.
Yes, it
you know,
does.
in encouraging us. But I like to tell people, like, I felt gaslit by Boston when I left. It wasn't
Talk about it though, because the people need to hear. The people need to hear so that a change can be made. Gonna make a change.
As much as there have been, because I will never say no one never encouraged me, because there will be random people that just hop in your DM and then they tell you something. Actually, someone I want to shout out to is Red Shades.
Okay, Red Shades. Shout out.
Yes, Red Shades was the first person to buy a t-shirt when I launched it. I just had an idea. I was like thinking of, you know how Nipsey Hussle had his Crenshaw?
Yeah.
And I had that idea for a while, and then the pandemic hit. And I was like, okay, this is the time to do it. And I literally was like trying to find the font, made it on Canva, found a vendor and like sent out the link.
Right.
And I didn't even know what the app sounded like, but I heard a cha-ching and I was like, what is that? And the first person was Red Shades. And she actually, when I was in Houston, I was even doing this, got an email from her randomly. Like, sis, we miss you. You know what I mean? And like every so often, because I honestly have tried to walk away so many times from this. Like literally been like, you know, I've changed the name, I put it down, picked it up. I started in August, then I stopped. I work full time. I'm a grad student full time. Sometimes you're in survival mode, like you're just trying to, you know, you have so many things going on.
Yeah.
Like even right now, like not to kill the mood, but like, you know, I'm grieving, you know, the death of a family member. So it's like,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so you're just like all these things, and people pull on you too. You don't even realize it, because like if I would be late on the events list, I'd even be like, "Where's the list?" Yeah, you know, and you're like, "Damn, like life is lifing right now."
Okay.
But in the same way I've been encouraged, I felt like there were quite a few people that I felt like were not very encouraging, and it took for me to leave to realize like, I think I internalized a lot of things, and I had to work on myself and realize that the way people respond to you really has nothing to do with you, but how they feel about you, and how not realizing I might make somebody feel some type of way, like, and it has nothing to do with me. But in the same way, I feel like we could do more as a community. Yeah. Not gonna lie, when I went to Houston, my thinking was like, I need to go somewhere where Black people got stuff, like, and they're not worried about the next person.
I feel you,
because I had, you know, being on the scene for however long, like, I'm not gonna name names, but I've seen like people blast people, like pay for a sponsored ad on Facebook because somebody is doing something similar across town with a different demographic. Right. And it's like, when you go down Gallivan, there's like how many nail shops?
So many.
With the same special.
So many. Fancy.
Right. And it's not an
nails
issue.
And spa.
But sometimes I feel like in our community, we operate in a mindset of lack. Yeah. You know what I mean? I even had, years ago, I just wanted to collect data. Like, I just wanted people to tell me about their experiences growing up in Boston. So I just launched, like, it was literally a Google form. Like, tell me about your memories growing up in Boston. And somebody who's connected to somebody else hopped in and was like, oh, isn't this what so-and-so is doing? And I'm like, what me and so-and-so is doing got nothing to do. And honestly, if so-and-so has a problem, they got my emails, they got my social media, they got my phone number. Like, you don't need to send your minions. You know what I mean? And I know I get like, I have to dial it back sometimes, but that was just my, you know, how I felt, you know, coming back. I love seeing that there's more people doing the work, and it's needed, because obviously, like, people want this information, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's room for everybody. Yeah. And I realize that sometimes people don't operate in that mindset.
Yeah.
And for me, because of certain experiences, I could tell you a million.
Yeah.
It's always been important for me to not like be very mindful of how I treat others in the space, and
Yeah.
also like showing love when I can.
Yes.
And I also said I would never, like, if I see you doing something and I'm like, I feel like you're missing an opportunity, like for me not to say nothing and know like, girl, like if you do this, you could da 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 da. I think that's crazy, you know?
That's very true. I mean, she slid in my DM, was like, girl, you need to be on TikTok. You know? I just to piggyback off of what she said, a question for everybody in the room, how many hair products do you have?
Say it
A
again.
million.
How many hair products?
So many.
Right, because there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? So you use this leave-in conditioner, you use this shampoo, you use this hair cream, you use this color corrector. All of it is needed in your space.
Right.
What you do is needed in your space. What you do is needed in this space. It's not just one thing that we're consuming, right?
Yeah.
Because what you're doing has a different impact. And same with the rest of us. So
Yeah.
there's room for everybody here.
Yeah.
We can all eat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I also brought you all here, was for that purpose. That, you know, there is room for everyone. Like I've been knew about the OG, other Boston, and all the different things. Like we have DMs going back all the way to whenever me being like, yeah, I want to be a part of it, but I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. I have this idea, you know, and then, you know, you popping up with yours. I feel like it's all needed. It's all necessary, and we're all making an impact. But along with that, how do you guys see any like collaboration opportunities or opportunities to like work together to maybe create something even bigger or something even, you know, larger? Or like how, what are your thoughts around like collaboration and those types of things? Because all of us are one women shows. So yeah, just, you know, we just talking.
Yeah.
That's it. We just talking.
My strategy was collaboration. When I started the Hustlers, my strategy when I started the social media platform is to bring people to the app. So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to go to these businesses on my app, take a video of them, tell their story. I didn't want to do review content. I think everybody does review content, but I wanted to do storytelling content, talking about their hustle. And then I'm going to collab with their pages so that people could know about me and they can know about them, and it's going to spread. So my platform started because of collaboration, and it grew because of collaboration. I've always been open to collaboration, even when things get like, oh my God, they're doing this and that or whatever. I give grace. I give a lot of grace because I need grace given to me badly all the time. So I'm open to collaboration. I'm always open. Now I'm a little bit more like, okay, I need to collaborate with people that can provide some work or help me with like taking something off my back, the burdens. Like it's not just going to be a, you know, whatever. When it comes to the storytelling content, it's going to always be free collaboration. Sometimes just pop up to the store. I'm like, can I take a video of you and post you?
Yeah.
But I will have to say, like, there was like this one instance where someone, I actually went to a networking event this past Wednesday, and someone went up to me and was like, oh, I went to another networking event and this girl said you had an issue with this guy and he said that you should have collaborated with him because you mentioned this and da. And I was like, if he had just asked, I would have said yes.
Yes.
But now I'm hearing things through other people, through third parties, through another third party, and I'm like, that hurt my feelings. It took me a day. It took me 24 hours because it really hurt my feelings. Because if you had just asked, it would have been yeah. But now I'm like, okay, well, no.
Now it's no. Now it's no. And I think, you know, based on, you know, what you're saying, it's like grace is a repetitive thing that we're all hearing that we need, right? And also communication. Just communicate, you know. And to Genevieve's point, like, okay, I'm like, there's nothing new under the sun, actually.
That part. All these ideas, they're not new. No.
There's actually nothing new under the sun. You know what I mean? And it's like, we also have to let people run with what they have the capacity to run with, right? If you have an idea that's in your heart, it's in your heart for a reason. If you have an idea that's in your heart, it's in your heart for a reason. You have an idea that's in your heart, it's in your heart for a reason. It's in your heart for a reason because you're the person that can push forward and bring that thing into fruition. Like, people are so concerned about what's what and what's not what, but it's like, do we need the list? Yeah. Do I need the links? Yeah. Do I need the flyers? Yes. Do I need to know what to do with the kitties? Yes. Do I need the hair braiders and the lashes? Yes. So why are you so mad? Like, we actually need this stuff and you're not doing it. Like, you're sleeping in your bed.
Correct. And I'm up at 2 a.m.
Right.
Editing.
Doing the most. I don't even know how to do what you do. Like the stuff be flying in. It's flying in. I gotta screenshot it real quick to make sure I don't miss it. Like, it's work for real. So, oh yeah, on collaboration. So what do y'all think?
Definitely here for it.
Yeah.
I've always been very collaborative. I think, not to rag on Boston, but I think sometimes there's a little too much ego here. And it feels like, honestly, Boston, I feel like Boston's honestly a small pond with like some bigger fish. And I think it can look a certain way, but I think there's so much talent here.
Yeah.
And I think, that's why I think, your platform is very needed to highlight the things you would never know about because they don't get the type of attention or love that they deserve.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe there's room for everybody and everybody has their lane, and everything. Everybody has, you're good at what you're good at. And I think to your point about like running with it.
Yeah.
And I think for me, always being intentional about like what I can do
Right.
and what I want to do. Cause I think that's also important. Like it being sustainable. But I definitely think there's always room for collaboration.
Okay. So we can talk offline about what we want to do
For
with
sure.
that.
For sure.
But okay, question. Like this question and then it's gonna be my last question after this. But what impact do you hope your platform has in the next 5 years?
I would say for me, our platform is needed, but I hope that it's not needed in the future. Right? Like this information is already available for you. Like if you weren't, because I considered moving to Houston myself. When you go out, you don't have to pre-plan. It's just we'll pop up somewhere and there's gonna be black people in these spaces you don't even have to think about.
Yeah.
Right now, you have to follow the promoters, you have to follow the content creators, you have to follow the DJs to find out what's going on.
Yes.
I want it to be I just leave my house and go with the wind.
Yeah.
And I find a place where people look like me. When I go somewhere, I'm a black woman. When I go somewhere, I'm black first.
Yeah.
I feel safe, right? It's a safety measure for me
Right,
to find
right.
black people and to be in those spaces.
Right.
And then I'm like, where are the ladies? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I want it to be where, yes, we're available, but it's not required
Right.
for us to be able to have a good time and to feel space in our own city where we pay rent.
That
you
part.
know, we pay our tax
A lot of
dollars,
rent.
a lot of rent, right? So that would be my hope in the next 5 years.
Okay. Love that. Who else wants to jump in?
My hope is that there's more for the youth
Mm-hmm.
in the next 5 years.
Yes.
I like to put the information out, so that's always going to be a thing for me, I think.
Yeah.
But I think for me, in the next 5 years, I would like to see more stuff in our community for our children. Because I always say representation is vital.
Yes.
It's important. For me, I know that a lot of the women that follow me, I resonate with them. I look like them,
Yeah.
talk like them.
Yeah.
My kids, we speak to our kids the same way.
Yeah.
And that's important. And I feel like our youth are just getting lost.
Yeah.
So having things, because when I grew up, we had community centers.
Yep.
I went to the Shelburne. I went to Bird Street.
Yeah.
We went roller skating and
Yeah.
we did all these things. And I just feel like there's not a lot for our kids to do within our community.
Yes.
So, hoping that we can just branch out and
Yeah.
have more things for our children to do in our community, in Dorchester, Roxbury, Madigan.
Yeah.
I would like to see our quality of life improve. To Nisha's point, like living in Houston and then moving to Florida, it was very different the social landscape.
Yeah.
Like I actually tried to do a list in Houston and I got great reception.
Yeah.
It was just there was so much to do that it took me way too long
Yeah.
to put a list together.
Yeah.
Like, it was honestly impossible. And it was a different need. Like I feel like in Boston, I guess because of the history and just how it is. We are very hyper.
Racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that part.
Yeah.
But I do think we're very hyper focused on being black. And I understand why. And I think
Yeah.
that's people don't from outside of Boston don't get that.
Yeah.
Um, but I would like to, at least for my platform, I've always envisioned like a nonprofit with like a physical space. And I feel like honestly, more ownership is really what we lack here. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's the difference between like a Houston. Like in Houston, it's not hard to find a space that will allow you to do an event
Yeah.
without like, you know, I've tried to do events here and then you run into like, you know, this was before they was giving all these grants, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, I am bootstrapping this whole
Yeah.
thing. So trying to find a physical space that makes sense for you economically but also makes sense for your audience.
Yeah.
You know, whereas in like Houston there's like 1,000,001 places that really do want that clientele.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not hard to be able to put something together. Another thing I would like to see, I really created the platform to make a lot of more people visible.
Yeah.
And not just events, but I was always, you know, I mentioned Red Shades. Like I thought it was always very important to support artists.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what we don't do. I mean, I think we're doing it better now.
Yeah.
But when you think of like other places and why certain artists blow up, like they're big in their city before
Right.
they blow up.
Right.
Like, whereas like a lot of times with Boston, people feel like they need to leave.
Yeah. In order to get successful.
right.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to support artists. So I would love to see like more of a platform that can support visual artists, that can support musical artists.
Word.
And I would love to see us just own more physical spaces because
Yes.
that would make navigating the landscape a lot easier.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about even Spark, you know, Spark FM. Like we have this space, but then we have all, you know, like this whole media space for people to come in, host events here. We don't do parties, but everything else, you know, like we've done markets here, we've done LTC classes. We're doing a content day today with Christy. So it's like all like I love being a part of what we're doing here because I feel like it's exactly what we need to move forward. All right.
Well, in 5 years, by the grace of God, I will actually be a fully funded tech entrepreneur and not have to be scrappy and not have to beg for a couple of dollars or grants or anything.
Let's go.
I want to make the Hustle List be equivalent to what Yelp and Google is for overlooked founders, for people that maybe are not as tech savvy, maybe don't know how to, you know, make a website or whatever. I want the Hustle List to be the place where you can find them and you can book them and they're making money. I want to build tech tools on top of it to make it easier to be a small business owner because a lot of times it's just one or two people running it. Most times it's one. I want to build tech tools on top of that. And I just want to continue building things that can support using community dollars. My goal is to redistribute wealth back into local communities and back into our own small businesses. So like with the rent party that's happening with the People's Connector and other of our partners and sponsors, we're trying to take the money from the community and say, okay, here are the small businesses that are struggling, that need your support. And I want to do less mobbings because of need, more mobbings because just of visibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Final Touch Boutique, I don't know if you guys heard, they're shutting down their store. They've been in Dudley Square for 10 years, and last day is April 30th.
Wow.
So we're doing a mobbing for them April 4th. I don't want to do mobbings because it's last.
Yeah, it's like last
I want to
resort.
do mobbings because, like visibility, let's pull up. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want it to be a celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Before my last question, what is one thing that people can do to support you in your business right now? One thing. It's just one thing that
I'll
got
go.
me tripping. It's just one thing.
In addition to following the list, support the merch. It's on the links are on social media.
Yes.
I offer drop shipping now, so you know you'll get it in a couple days.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Buy the material.
for sure.
Oh, love that. I love her merch. For me, I think I get a lot of follows, I get a lot of shares, but I think sharing the actual Black Lead Black, like that first page, is just as important as someone resharing their individual flyer. The reason why I say that is because when people share their individual flyer, you don't necessarily realize where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Or they may not see the People's Connector.
Yeah.
If they reshare that says Black Lead Black event listings, or you know her page or your page, that main what do we call it? Like that main
thumbnail, the main, the
Yeah.
first picture.
People will
Cover.
then say, "Oh my gosh, there's so much more. Let me click
Yeah.
on it and
Yeah.
see what else." And it's not just for me.
Yeah.
It's for the community at
Right.
the end of the day. I want people to see like, wow, there's a page that's actually doing what I need.
Yeah.
And we have all of these events that are going on, and they can see the other people that are tagged. I started tagging local music artists
Yeah.
instead of just using random like Summer Walker. Love
Right.
my girl Summer,
Right.
but instead let me tag somebody. That's
Yeah, I saw you had
actually-
Miranda, I
Yes,
think.
shout out Miranda, right? You know, so I'm trying to do that. I had Dutch Rebel in mind.
Yes. And that song was ill.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I never heard this song.
Exactly.
She had like a triple entendre in there. I said, hold on now.
Right. Trying to make
So it
it
was
more
good.
Boston-based and local.
Yes, I love that.
For me, just like, share,
Yeah.
comment. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Like, share, comment.
Like, share,
Follow.
comment,
Yeah.
follow,
Yes.
repost.
Mhm.
And I love when people, you don't have to, I know not everyone's comfortable posting their children,
Yeah.
but like, if you made it somewhere, just post that we're
Mm.
here.
Yeah.
And I don't even need to thank you. Just,
Yeah.
we're here.
Yeah.
And you can DM it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to see that the kids are busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Last question. In one sentence, what do you want to leave with the audience about connecting Black Boston? What do you want to leave with the audience? What do you want to say about either the importance of connecting Black Boston, your work in connecting Black Boston, what Black Boston needs in terms of connection? What do you, okay, in one sentence, let me bring down my question. In one sentence, what do you want to leave with the audience about what it means to connect Black Boston? What it means to connect Black Boston? Connecting Black Boston means, in one sentence.
I would say connecting Black Boston means to show up. I know I keep talking about my experiences outside of Boston, but I feel like I've taken that, I'm bringing it back. And I think one thing I really appreciated about living in other places is that I think people in those places sometimes are just more intentional. I think we're getting there, you know,
Yeah.
with the different platforms.
Yes.
But I feel like people are more intentional about supporting Black just because
Yeah.
it's Black, not
Yeah.
like who, you know,
Yeah.
who's behind it, or
Right,
do we
right,
like
right.
them? You know, it's just like, it'd be in Houston. They'd be like, oh, you know, this restaurant just opened up, they Black, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. The criteria is Black, and
Yes,
we showing up. And
yes.
I think we need to show up. I think you're proving that point with the mobs. Like, our dollars matter. Like,
Right.
you know, I think even just making a TikTok video can do, it could be like make or break for a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're into content creation.
Yeah.
To your point about you're sharing your individual flyer, like you could share the whole thing, like
Right.
it's exposing it because your followers, my followers, her followers, like it adds up, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think we need to be more intentional about that.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Connecting Black Boston means to show up. Connecting Black Boston means
Connecting Black Boston means doing the work to bring visibility to people who need it. Black Boston is powerful.
powerful.
Black Boston is inspiring. I
Yes.
think being Black literally is my superpower.
Hell yeah.
Right? So when we come together collectively, we're unstoppable.
Period.
I don't know if that answered it. In the
It
way
does.
that was
It
supposed
answers
to,
it and
but
more.
We're unstoppable, and we can do so much more. We just have to show up and support each other.
Yes. Thank you. Connecting Black Boston
I
means.
agree with Genevieve and Tanisha, just showing up. For me, again, my content is very different. It's
Yes.
from theirs. It's very youth-based. But our youth, they're the future.
Yes.
So showing up for our babies,
Yes.
babies, as I like to call them, and exposing them to more.
Yes.
Showing them that there's more. And you can be in any space. You are deserving to be in all spaces.
Yes.
So for me, connecting Black Boston means to also show up for our babies.
Yes. Remember the kids. I believe the children are. That's right.
For me, connecting Black Boston means investing in our communities and investing in making sure that our communities are sustainable without any government assistance, sustainable without any outsiders, and sustainable so that our kids can have safe schools, can have better places to be, can have we can have fun activities to do. Investing, connecting Black Boston means investing in ourselves.
I love it. I love it. For me, connecting Black Boston is our power. Connecting Black Boston is our power. I think that, like Niche said, us together is way more, what's the word? Way more, like we have the ability to do way more together than we do apart. And it's our power. Everything that we want to see happen in Boston and beyond is going to work with us being together. And so that's what it is. Like, we got this. I'm so honored to have been able to share space with you ladies who are doing the work, who are putting forth the effort, sleepless nights, okay? And all that stuff that you are doing. And so thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. People, make sure that you support these women. They're going to go one by one and let you know what their Instagrams are or wherever you want them to connect to you. So make sure you support. We need support. We need support. We need support. We need support. Okay? So they're going to go one by one. Where can the people find you, Javonica?
Instagram, Black Mom in Boston.
Okay, at Black Mom in Boston, period. And if you're on my page, you should already know. All right.
On Instagram, it's just the People's Connector.
The People's Connector. It's not hard.
Instagram and TikTok, The Other Boston, and the website is theotherboston.com.
Yes, simple. The Other Boston. Like, don't act like it's complicated. It's really not. You guys know how to spell THE. Like, come on.
For me, download my app, The Hustle List, on Google Play Store and the App Store. That's how I can get investors interested. And also follow me.
Is it back up?
It is back up.
Yes.
Okay.
Back up. Yes, it was down for 6 to 8 weeks. But yes, download the app, please.
Okay. The Hustle List. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So
All right. So around this time, you know how we do. It's 10:05, so it's actually kind of late. So I'm going to play like one or two songs, one or two hype vibes, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Never a right time to say goodbye.